Dan, should I start a business on a loan?
Is it me, or I just find the questions from social media are getting dumber and dumber? The quality of my answer is dictated by the quality of your question. A lot of your questions, I have made videos on it on YouTube. Can you just not type it in and figure it out? Or is it just too much work? You can't even type a few words to search the answers. I've said this many times. I've answered so many questions repeatedly. I've got over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Can you not be resourceful and just fucking search and find the answers you need? Why are you asking me questions that I've answered before? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So here's a question. It's not even that good of a question, but I'm gonna fucking answer it. Should you start a business on a loan? No, only a moron start a business on a loan. Why don't you want to start a business on a loan? Because it means that you're no good. You've got no money. Why are you starting a business with no money? The worst time to start a business is when you've got no money. Don't fucking tell me, oh, but so many people started with no money, like the magazine, the article that you wrote, like they all start from nothing with nothing. I get that. That's not you. Don't compare yourself to all these great founders and entrepreneurs. Most of them don't make it. You see the one that makes it, you don't see the 10,000 that dies financially. You're not the exception. You're not that exceptional one. Believe me, you're not. I am not, right? I made this mistake. This is speaking from experience. I started and failed at 13 businesses, and I borrowed money. I was a fucking moron. I borrowed money from friends, family, relatives, credit card, and I was $150,000 in debt. Now, if you know anything about the Asian culture, owing money to relatives, you have no idea what that is like. The shame, the guilt of owing money to your relatives. Oh my fucking God, how tough that was. Because I didn't know. I didn't know how business works. I didn't know, and I didn't have the abilities to actually generate revenue. I couldn't be the rainmaker for my company. I don't know how marketing works. I don't know how sales works. I don't know how business works. I couldn't even read a financial statement. That's how stupid I was. That's how much of a moron that I was. I learned from it until I developed my skill sets, the ability to generate revenue through communication, through copywriting, through closing. Then my business started to work. It wasn't the business that I started that was the issue. I was the issue. I was the bottleneck. I wasn't any good as a business person. I wasn't good as an entrepreneur, period. Once I have the skills, now people look at what I do. Oh, I have the Midas touch. Everything I touch turns into gold. Well, back then, everything I touched turns into shit, right? Every business I was involved with, every business that I started didn't work. Not because they didn't work, because I didn't know how to make them work. So you need to have the ability to close. You need to have the ability to sell. You need to have the ability to self-manage. You need to have the ability to lead. You need to have the ability to develop systems if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur. By the way, if you don't know any of these things, you don't know how to negotiate, you don't know how to sell, you don't know how to market, you don't know how to lead, then chances are you're not ready to start a business. Now, you don't need to know everything, but damn, you better have some fundamental skills, because chance of you making it is slim to none. That is a fact. Statistics. Most businesses don't make it. And I know some people are gonna troll. They say, oh, but I'm the exception. I'm different. I'm smarter. Whatever, talk is cheap. Go fucking do it. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Just go fucking do it. But for most, I'm talking to you, my fans, my students who are coachable. Don't start a business on a loan. If you know how to generate revenue, if you know how to sell, you could sell to bring that revenue in, get some income coming in. More money doesn't solve your problem. More capital doesn't solve your inability to generate revenue. In fact, it makes it worse. Once you burn that money, what are you gonna do? Don't went through what I went through. Learn how to generate revenue first. Use that money to fund your business. Once you have a model that works, once you have an offer that works, then you could get a loan to take you to the next level. But don't think that loan will solve your problem when you've got zero revenue. Don't think that loan will solve your problem when you lack leadership skill. Don't think that loan will solve your problem if you can't sell your way out of a paper bag. And don't think that loan will solve your problem of lack of confidence. It will not do that. Until next time, I'll see you in my Bentley.